welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on Poshmark, and today I want to talk about a topic that I see so many people asking about: how to be successful as a seller without paying for so many extra things such as a VA or a cross-listing tool or things in general. People want to be successful without having to pay an arm and a leg to, have that success. And while I do really think having a VA and, using a cross-listing tool could be very beneficial, there are ways to go around it. So definitely keep watching if you want to see how to do that. But again, like I said, I'm going to continue to recommend having a VA because it will just definitely make your life so much easier. But if you are first starting out and you're not really ready to take that plunge yet, this is the video for you to learn how to be very successful on the platform. So if that is something that is interesting to you, definitely keep watching and make sure that you're subscribed, because I don't think you want to miss a future reselling video that I do here on this channel. I do these every single week here, and I would love to have you stick around for more content. So unfortunately, if you don't have a tool that's going to help you, such as a VA or a cross-listing tool, there is going to be a lot more legwork that you're going to have to do yourself. So you're going to have to dedicate more time. And so that is kind of why I say for people, especially when they're starting out, if they're doing this as a part-time thing, that having those tools is more helpful to be able to get more done. But if you don't want to do that yet, and you don't want to invest, you're basically just going to have to kind of do everything on your own. So you're gonna have to do all the sharing, the relisting, the sending out offers, and the everything else like that. So let's get started and let's break down each category. So the first category is the sharing. So you need to be sharing your closet throughout the day. And luckily there is a, share all feature for your closet. So that is helpful, and you can use that if you don't have a VA to share your closet for you. So you basically just have to go through and check off each listing. So you just scroll through and it highlights all the items. And you just need to do this roughly once an hour, depending on how many active listings you have in your closet. So I have about 700 active listings, and I share my closet once an hour. And this basically, keeps my closet in rotation throughout the day. And so you basically just need to be sharing all the time. You really need to keep up with that too, because it's so important to share throughout the day. I see so many people that are like, what can I do to get more sales? Like, I'm doing as much as I can, but I'm not getting any sales. And then I go and look at when they last shared their listings in their closet, and it was 3 hours ago, 5 hours ago, 10 hours ago, a couple days ago. So like this will really affect your sales if you're not sharing multiple times a day, and 1 or 2 times is not going to cut it. You need to be sharing more than that, and that is how you're really going to have success, especially if you don't have a tool to share for you. The next thing that is so important to do if you don't have a tool to help you automate things is you need to make sure that you're listing every single day. So this is important regardless, but it's so important to be listing multiple items a day. I do 5. I think that's basically the bare minimum that you should be doing. The more the better. The more you list, the more sales you're probably going to get. And so I definitely want to up that next year if I can. But you definitely need to be listing daily. You cannot be skipping days. You can't be, not listing. It's going to really affect your sales more than you think. And take it from me, last year I told myself I was listing daily, but I really wasn't. This year, I made sure that I listed every single day, and it's really going to show with the number of sales and number of items that I'm selling this year versus last year. So definitely don't skip days. And if you don't have time to be, photographing every day if you're a part-time seller, I do talk about in a prior video that you should utilize those drafts as much as you can. Poshmark allows you to draft up to 50 items at once, so you can definitely use those to get your items listed or draft ahead of time, and then you can post them throughout the week. And you could also use the drop soon feature, which is basically a way of listing it ahead of time, and then it will, drop on the date that you select. So there are really no excuses. Even if you are a part-time reseller and you don't have a lot of time throughout the week to do your listings, there are no excuses why you can't get your listings up every single day, because you need to be, there are so many ways to help. So the drafts and the drop soon. So definitely take advantage of both of these, and I think you're gonna have more success if you just continue to list every single day. And going off of that, you need to be relisting every single day. It's so important, and a lot of people can't be bothered to do it, don't think it's important, but studies actually show that the items that have been sitting for longer than 60 days are not getting that attention that a normal new listing would be getting. So definitely make sure you're relisting that sale inventory. You'd be really surprised how much that sale inventory sells when it's relisted. So make sure that you're relisting your inventory. Now, unfortunately, if you don't have a VA to do this for you, you're gonna have to keep track of when you've listed items, or you're gonna have to use the inventory report to find out how old an item has been sitting for. But there are definitely ways to find that date of, you know, the list date, but you definitely need to still be relisting every day. You can't skip that just because you don't have a VA. This is also something that's going to make a huge difference when it comes to making more sales. And the final tip I have is to just make sure you're sending out offers. So you're gonna have to do this manually, which is totally fine. It's just a little bit more time consuming than using a VA to do it, but you need to be sending out offers daily. This is something that I swear by. I think, you know, sending out offers daily is how I get consistent sales. And I think the more sales you make by sending out those offers, the better you're gonna be, and then you're gonna get more sales from it. So make sure that you're sending out offers. I send them out immediately after I get a like. I find that to be the most successful. But if you can't do that, say you work or something, you could send them out at the end of the day, or, you know, throughout the day. Definitely don't wait till the end of the week, because basically when somebody likes an item, it's fresh on their mind, they're more likely to buy it. So you want to catch them before they forget about the item or find a better item. And so send out offers as soon as you possibly can, and send them out frequently, and you're going to find that this really helps you bring in more sales. And the final way that I find you could be successful without having to spend a lot of money and invest a lot up front is just utilizing what you can, what's given to you. So, you know, for example, utilizing a white wall if you have one instead of buying a backdrop. You don't necessarily need a backdrop and a fancy camera. All you need is a white wall that you could display an item in front of, and you could have a great camera setup. And then another thing that I recommend is like utilizing the USPS free mailers and boxes. So like you don't have to purchase that, because purchasing packaging gets really expensive over time, and I still really recommend getting your personal packaging if you can. I like mine, but I do also still use the USPS free mailers and boxes, and I really recommend that because that's a cost that you can save on without having to, you know, spend a lot of money on packaging. So you could order those for free on the USPS website, and you could also pick them up at your post office whenever you go to the post office. It's just a great way to, you know, save on costs and not have such a large cost up front. So I hope these were helpful tips if you don't want to spend a lot of money, if you're just starting out, or if you just want to make ends meet before, you know, investing a lot in your business. I do think it does help you to invest, but again, if you're kind of nervous to take that plunge right away, these are definitely things you could do beforehand. But I think after a couple years of me doing all the things manually, I realized that I just needed to kind of invest in myself a little bit more. And I think that's really gone a long way, but you can definitely be successful. You just have to put in a lot more time and effort to do all the sharing, to do all the listing and relisting, all that. But you can definitely be successful without having a VA or cross-listing tool. So hopefully this was helpful, and if you want to see another video on features that you should be using on Poshmark, you can click right here. And if you want to see another video on things you should not be doing on Poshmark, reasons why your listings aren't selling, you can click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.